First leg, Andy to throw first.
I think Max Hopp is doing
Game
something
on.
where he's building something for the future. You know, when he burst on the scene a few years ago at a European event, just before the inception of the European Tour, he
100.
announced how good he was when he was 16 years of age, beating Steve Boulton and Terry Jenkins in the Dutch Darts Masters.
Before losing two?
Well,
Go on, say it, Paul.
I'll take credit for that one. That was the first time I met Max, and I thought,
91.
this kid we've got to protect. He's got a great future, but he put on a bit of weight. He wasn't really looking after himself, and fair play to him. He went and looked in the mirror and said, if I want to have a darts career that's going to last a long time, I've got to do something about it. He's done it, and he's come back even better. I think he will gradually get better over the next few years, and if he's nurtured right, like he is right now, he could well be a world force within a few years.
Yeah. Well, he's clearly the main man for the Germans. They would desperately want somebody to challenge this. Well, I think it's the Dutch rivalry as well for a start off. You know, I'm not saying he's going to challenge Van Gerwen for 1 minute, but just
60.
somebody they can throw on stage for occasions like this and go toe-to-toe, head-to-head with some of the world's best.
I know he's beaten Raymond van Barneveld on the European stage before, so that's pretty good.
It's a good starting point.
Absolutely. Well, at least he can go to Michael van Gerwen and say, at least I won the World Youth title.
60.
But then Michael van Gerwen will come back with about 50 other tournaments that Max hasn't won.
Yeah. That said, Max wasn't overly convincing last night in qualifying.
100.
He had a couple of anxious moments in his first two matches, beat Marvin Esser 6-5 and then Jochen Graudenz by the same score. No problems in the final match against Mario Mazurka 6-2. No problems here either for Max. As he tosses in the first 180. And it leaves them a very, very gettable finish of 70 with Boulton with work to do on 196 here.
Andy's route to the stage.
100.
The young kid Parry from Wales,
70.
beating him 6-3, then getting through a very good, promising youngster called Callum Noose, left-hander from the northwest of England, and then taking out season campaigner Darren Webster to get to this stage.
Bully wants it for the first leg. He's off
37.
target. And Boulton,
and
well, he's been
96.
allowed to get back in here. Well, he's fluffed his lines completely now. Little purse of the lips
13.
there. 13 scored in the end from
Actually
Boulton.
required 33.
Not the best.
When he had a potential 2 darts for a hold of throw there.
Well, you look at 96 and you fancy it, no matter how you throw, but fancy
And he
33 even more, to the
Hopp.
delight of this Dusseldorf audience.
Second leg, Max to
You're
throw
totally
first.
right though, Rob.
Game on.
We were at a stage with darts in Germany where the crowds were going bananas. Everybody was buying a ticket. We had the greatest atmospheres and we needed someone to come through. Obviously, all the respect in the world
60.
for the previous German players who took the lead, the likes of Andre Velge. You know, they were brilliant, brilliant players, but they needed someone to really announce themselves on the world
59.
stage. And that's what Max has done.
Yeah.
He's put himself in the position to shoot forward at a young age, and now he's the great Hopp of the future, or hope of the future.
And also,
40.
it's worth stressing, I mentioned the fact he's the World Youth Champion. That is by no means a guarantee of greatness to come, because you look at some of the former winners, the past winners of that particular tournament, and it doesn't necessarily carry on into the major ranks. And of course, Michael van Gerwen never won the World Youth Championship either, so by the same token it flips the other way as well. So, but it is a step in the right direction. It is the potential that's there, clearly. He's a very marketable product as well, and he's also a very, very good player with another 180 on the board there as he looks to consolidate that early break.
Well, I think Max is getting better. I mean, when he first
60.
came on the circuit, he was a very raw talent, obviously very good, had a good head on his shoulders. Didn't go left and right and go all Hollywood. He just got on with it. To be honest with you though, then I played him at the European Championships
60.
maybe 18 months later. I think he was better than he was before, and even now he's better than he was then. So he's gradually adapting the way that what the tour demands of him as a player.
100. Actually required
Hopp is down
161.
to a finisher, big one admittedly, but he's certainly capable of taking this one out. Let's see if he can. No, he can't is the answer.
Well, they want to set it up. Might go bull here, but doesn't.
60.
And he can put pressure on if he can hit a 60 here.
Well, he needs a treble, certainly. He's got one. And he's got another.
140.
That's brilliant
Max
stuff from
require
Boulton.
101.
Something for Hopp to think about here, because he might well be broken back straight away. That's not to be.
Not to be
62
indeed.
remaining,
50.
so that leaves 51.
And you require 42.
Well, that could have been tidier as well. But anyway, Boulton here for 42. Double 16, 2 cracks at it as well.
Game shot to the second
And right
leg.
in the
Andy
top corner
Boulton.
there as well. The stanchion, as you said earlier, I like that.
Third
Right
leg,
in the
Andy
stanchion.
to
Right in the
throw
stanchion,
first.
one apiece.
Game on.
Break back straight away. Game on again here. Andy Boulton throwing first in leg 3. You mentioned the German players that have gone before. One of them, Jihan Artuk, by the way, as well. Beat Max Hopp
140.
in the qualifying for Vienna last time as well. Max wasn't involved in the Austrian Open. Lost to Jihan Artuk in the last 32. I was surprised that those two met so early on in qualifying. I would have thought they would have
60.
been kept apart, given they are Germany's 1 and 2 players. So.
Yeah, very interesting indeed. I mean, you've got a nucleus of real German talent who make most of these events from the
44.
whole nation qualifiers. But sometimes you get a bad draw like that, and it really doesn't go your way. I mean, I would probably put Jan Artut and Max Hopp on a par with form at the moment, and they play together in the World Cup side. So I'm sure they've got
91.
a decent rivalry as well as a good friendship.
Well, he's a busy man, Max, these days as well. Aside from playing on the European stage, he won a development tour event in Germany last
85.
not last month, a couple of months ago. He made the quarters of a Players' Championship event in Barnsley in April as well. And he's certainly bringing in the prize money too. 10 grand for winning the World Youth title at Minehead in November. And he's picked up more than 25 grand since then as well. So that's given him the financial foundation to build on his success and his potential as well.
Well, it must be really, really busy for him. I mean, it's hard enough being a professional dart player on the PDC circuit.
90.
And the travelling as well that
Then
goes with it. Yeah.
you've got development tour, aka youth tour. You've got pro tour. You've got European tour. It's just bonkers.
Yeah. But yeah, the opportunities are there for players like Max Hopp, and he's certainly
59.
he's embraced the
And
whole
you
idea
record
and the whole
142.
ethos of what the PDC are trying to achieve.
Absolutely right.
Bolton. 102 remaining here.
100.
And that's left in 42 again.
You could probably classify Andy Boulton as a journeyman. He's been around a while without really making any headlines.
Yeah. Like I say, hasn't really had a great deal of success in, well, firstly qualifying for these European tour events.
140.
Hasn't
And
actually
you
won
require
in
42.
Europe since he beat Joe Cullen in the German Darts Championship in February of last year.
Game shot
As
in the third
Bolton
leg.
takes out that
Andy
double
Boulton.
16 once again. Carbon
Over
copy
leg
finish
Max to throw first.
for a 2-1
Game
lead.
on.
Well, all he's got to do now is leave 42 every leg and get a shot.
It's the path to glory so far for him.
Certainly is.
100.
Would be, well, shall we say, good for the tournament if Max were to go through. Always good to have one of the, I know we've got Stefan Stoiker through already, but it would be good to have Max
59.
involved. No disrespect to Andy Boulton. He would be a worthy participant in round 2, but I think it would add something to the tournament if Hopp were here for the weekend as well.
Yeah, I think so. I think the crowd want more than one German participant in the tournament this weekend, that's for sure.
100.
Let's face it, Stefan Stoiker might have his work cut out against Bunting tomorrow as well, so that might be a short-lived adventure for him.
I've already spoken to Stephen Bunting upstairs about that game, and he's up for
59.
that. He wants to break a lot of German hearts tomorrow, that's for certain.
I bet he does. So Max just seems to have, well, not lost his way, but he just seems to have lost a little impetus here and a little bit of momentum. He needs to just get himself a big
100.
score to get that fluency going once again.
I think Max has been very straight in this match. He's hitting a lot of 20 segments, but he's not getting his darts together like he would hope.
100.
What he'll want to do is just get them closer together and find that first dart so he can bash them in together. Because when he starts doing that, he can get very dangerous. That's perfect for him. Hit the top flight.
Yeah.
100.
3 good darts, but after that first dart, that's what we like to call a bad ton. It's a good ton if you hit the 60 with the last one.
Yeah.
45. Max, you require
But with
101.
Bolton tapping in a 45, it doesn't matter that Hopp only posted 100 on the visit before. Down to 101. He's got room to work with here as well. Yeah, 62 remaining.
53.
That leaves 48.
And he doesn't want to mess around here, Max. Because if Andy puts a bit of pressure on this 48 shot, he wants to just get rid of it and start kicking forward.
And he hasn't put
60.
any pressure on there. He's still not down to a finish.
Max, you require 48.
So Max Hopp still has lots of room for manoeuvre here.
Well, regardless of where Andy is, he just wants to hit this and get onto the next leg. Just to the right.
16.
So you start messing around with the double, starts getting these little doubts in your mind.
Between the ears, yeah. Darts is played with the brain as much as the hands, you know.
60.
60 for Boulton. He's
Max,
okay down to a finish, but
32.
he's still not really landing any punches here.
Right, best double on the board, Max. Double 16.
Still not there. Double 8.
He shows in the full flag.
Breathing a
Max
bit
Hopp,
of sigh of relief, I
Andy
feel.
to throw first.
He'll be saying to himself, come on, Max, you're better than this. It's 2-2 now. We were meant to win that leg, but we were meant to
60.
win it sooner. Okay. I like this. Bit of composure. It's almost like we're starting again.
Yeah. Just those first 4 legs, just finding your feet exercise for these two. And yeah, best of 7 now, really, effectively.
Absolutely stunning adjustment from Max. That first start was about an inch high. The next two, picture perfect.
140.
Heating up slightly a bit now. It's hot enough in here. We want it to be hotter on the dartboard, though.
60.
That's what I mean about straight darts from Max. He's exceptionally straight. There's not many darts that stray into the 5 or the 1. But in this game, there hasn't been as many treble 20s as he would like.
Well, Hoppyfield could do with a ton 40 just to keep himself in the hunt here. Okay, it's on the Boulton throw, so anything
60.
he does get would be a bonus. But just the 60, Boulton now favourite to take this 5th leg on his throat.
Well, if Max holds his own throw, he knows
100.
he has to break Andy Boulton in this match if he's going to progress. But one step at a time. First thing to do is to pressure that 61, and the only way to do that really is with 180.
Which he's not going to do. Ton 40 might be interesting, but
and he requires
it's not
61.
enough, you feel yet.
He'll be exceptionally disappointed after that first start. It was bang on. But double 8 for Andy Boulton for a 3-2 advantage. He's got a clean bet away, Matt.
45.
Doesn't take advantage, so Max has a chance, albeit a slim one.
Big moment this. This would give him a huge amount of confidence and self-belief if he managed to take this out, which he won't. A wry smile you feel from Max there.
Well, that one. We haven't seen many 1s or 5s from him in this match. What he has said, all right, there's the 1.
And if he finds the treble, that's the 60. So if Boulton does make a mess of this and starts chasing around the board, Max might be in. Well, he's going to the other side now. It's a double 4. Oh, he's busted.
No score.
He's coming back.
And Max here, all
Max
of a sudden,
requires 60.
has been absolutely, well, gift-wrapped an opportunity here. Surely has to take opportunities like this. 2 darts at tops for a 3-2 lead and another break of throw. And that's exactly what we have here.
Max Hopp.
3rd break of the match, crucially the 2nd for Hopp. And 3-2 it is.
There's only one man in this arena who is sickened by that shot, and that's Andy Boulton. He knew that leg was in the bag. He just didn't close it out. Max got his opportunity. He took it. And German crowd love that.
Yeah. Well, it gives them reason to believe once again. It went a little bit
41.
flat when Boulton went 2-1 up. But Hopp has turned things around once again here. Of course, Max, you mentioned that performance at the Dutch Masters a few years ago. Then, of course, had that even bigger moment when he beat Mervyn King in the first round of the World Championship in December of 2014. Hit 10 180s in that match. An astonishing performance. But was disappointing
100.
last year. I saw him lose to Van der Pas in the first round or in the last 64 at Ali Pali last December. Very uncharacteristic. I expected more. He was a tough opponent, but just expected a bit more from Max that day.
Yeah, I think he just won the World Youth title.
Yeah, a few weeks before.
At that point, and obviously the expectation of his game against Van der Pas, I think they were billing that as as the rivalry of the future.
Yeah.
And
59.
at that point in time, you've got to be honest, and no disrespect to Max, but I, for one, saw Van der Pas as a big favourite in that match, just because he had the experience and the winning mentality on the Pro Tour.
Yeah.
And he had an exceptional World Championship the year before, so he was comfortable at Ali Pali, whereas Max has not had as many wins as Benito.
Well, Max here will be well aware of the need to back up that break of throw by holding here for a 4-2 lead, but he's just lost his way. He's clearing the score.
100.
I haven't got a clue how that treble 20 went in. He moved to the left in order to go to the left of the dart.
Yeah,
It's gone to the right. If we could have had a camera in his eyes to see how much of that 60 he could have seen to the right of that dart, I doubt there was any of it to be seen.
Yeah.
I would love to see a slow-mo of that one.
Now, with 43 called by George Noble, amended to 100.
You don't see George Noble saying many
43.
That
check
is
scores.
That is
And he
43.
recorded
by the way, so-
141.
What goes around comes around, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. No querying that one. Andy Boulton, though, won't be finishing here, so
45.
He will be livid with that shot.
Makes you require
Because he
158.
knows he had an opportunity to really close this out, put himself on a 2-darter, one lower than 96, but now Max is going to want to do that exact thing with a treble 18. Or
140.
he could just do that.
You require 96.
that'll do nicely. Now, 96. Very, very gettable, but not now.
56.
Well, Max, you
Makes
left
you
double
require
9.
18.
It's your responsibility to hit it for a 2-leg advantage in front of a wanting German audience. That's a good marker.
He's come inside. That's the danger. I just wondered whether he might have thought about going 2 double 8. But
And you require
went the
40.
bold and more aggressive route.
He's got no one to blame but himself. He's the one who left double 9. He didn't have to.
He might get another chance here, you know, though. Bolton here struggling for tops.
Game
Just
shot
finds
to
its
the
way
6th
inside.
leg. Andy Boulton.
That's what you call a very nice kiss on
7th
the
leg.
second
Andy
dart.
to throw first.
Game on again.
Game on.
Big, big moment that. Hopp must have been half hoping to return there. But look at this from Bolton.
59.
Not a bad recovery, I suppose.
Yeah, that's what you call a good 59.
Yeah.
When you hit 2 1s like that, because we've all done it, you just think, okay, I'll take 21.
100.
Yeah.
The last thing I want is 5 on 9. In this case, though, Andy needs steady and high scores, because this is turning into an edgy match
27.
for me.
Yeah. We've had a score of 7 today, 2 treble 1s and a 1.
That's a good 7.
That's a great 7. Could so easily have been 3. Look at this though from Max. That's more like it.
180.
180 from the maximizer, maximising once again there.
Perfect timing for me. He's just lost his throw. He knows he's got a break at some point in this match. Like I said earlier,
100.
what a better time than now.
Yeah, third 180 of the match that as well for Max. And yet he's eyeing the opportunity to break back once again. If he could learn how to hold this
100.
throw, he would be so much better off.
If only. Darts is a lot more complicated than that. But he's in a great position in this leg.
Certainly is.
Andy Boulton can't leave a finish
100.
here. On
Makes you
3-1-5,
require
a lot of people
121.
start on the bullseye. 25, 2 treble 20s does leave 170, so it gives you a chance. But with Andy languished, Max has got 96.
Double 18 he wants for a 4-3 lead.
85.
Almost, but he will be back. There wasn't a great deal of pressure on that throw because he knows Bolton is still stranded out at sea on 2-on-5 here, but that would have been a, you know, a good morale boosting finish for him.
135.
Well, he really was staring that double 18 down
Makes
as
you
if to
require
say,
36.
how dare you not be hit? What about this time, Max?
Oh, he's come inside. He's got the perils of double 9 once again here. With Bolton lurking on 80 as well.
And you
the
require
reaction tells
80.
its own story.
Well, Christian Kist had a nemesis in double 10. It looks like double 9 has been Max's so far. But Andy Boulton wants to go over the top of that dart.
To get
Does
out
so.
of jail.
Tops it is. Tops he
Game
gets.
shot and a 7th leg.
Oh,
Andy Boulton.
Max, you blew that one, I'm
8th leg
afraid.
Max to throw first.
But you've still got
Game
a
on.
chance to get back in this match because that was only a hold for Andy Boulton. But you're under pressure, young man.
Well, he had his chances certainly there. His finishing has let himself down there. 23% on the
57.
checkout percentages. The average is only 81. Okay, he's hit 3 180s, but it's not really counting for much or too much at the moment. He's got big scoring here and there, but it's just
60.
not being knitted together.
Perfectly put, I think, Rob, because Max's game is all about getting that first dart in and binding those darts together. And there's been a lot of good first darts, which have only turned out to be 100.
There he has the
100.
healthier front nine, but again, that's not a front nine that will excite many people.
100.
That last visit, he had a 60 there that was open, but the encouraging thing is that he actually threw it hard enough to get there. If it doesn't get there, it's never going to go in.
Yeah,
60.
It's getting very edgy here now, but Boulton, you feel, does have the upper hand. But Max, again, can't lose sight of the fact he is still in the frame here, but maybe not, as Boulton really does begin to threaten another break of throw. Getting down to a finish first on the hop throw here.
Well, we mentioned earlier that Andy Boulton's like a journeyman type player. This is a journeyman type performance. He's just not leaving him alone.
96.
Yeah,
And you require
oozing experience here,
161.
isn't he? Big stage experience, Andy Boulton. That's just found its way into the 20 bed.
This is in no way, shape or
100.
form disrespectful to Andy Boulton, but he's almost like an annoying person to play because he's annoyingly good.
And he will just keep chipping away. And he's made the most of the opportunities and the slip-ups that Max has presented to him.
140.
Okay,
And
that's
you
a bit more
require
like it than Max.
61.
That's just put some pressure back on Andy Boulton, giving him something to think about here. Oh, the 11 he wants, that's awkward. And
No
he's
score.
busted. He's strayed into the 19s, wanted 3 double
Max, you
4.
require
And that is,
48.
well,
That's a huge moment in this match.
Max can't believe his luck here. Double 16 then. Has
Shielded.
struggled with his doubles at times today.
He's blocked it and he knows it. He's done the right thing here. He's got to choose an angle that he trusts. I think he's going to go to the left and go over the top of it. The crowd hushed.
But the tension's rising here now. It could count against him
Oh, he's
even
second.
more so.
Yeah, he's second guessing himself. What's going to happen? He's going to hit it.
Shot in the A-flare.
It was worth the wait,
Max
wasn't
Hopp.
it? It was worth the wait. It seemed like an eternity for that dart to be thrown.
Ninth leg,
But
and
Max
he's
Hopp
used
bided his
the
time.
reverse.
And it's
Game
just
on.
as well he did, because he found his way through. Just jinxed his way through there almost.
I'll tell you
And
what
we're
would have
level
been.
once again.
I'll tell you what would have been good there.
59.
In that moment there, we needed the Icelandic clap. That would have been picture perfect for me. But there's the Hopp chant, ever so slightly faster than the Icelandic chant, but showed bottle there, Max Hopp.
Yeah,
And
huge amounts.
Darting intelligence, I think, as well, because he knew that that double 16 was covered, and he chose the best angle, so he had more room to aim
60.
at.
Very intelligent play by Max all around there. Just, I really thought that the increase in the tension would
100.
really count against him, but that was good mature stuff from the 19-year-old. Will turn 20 next month.
That's quite depressing, isn't it?
He'll no longer be a teenager. Now then, Max. Now then, another maximizer.
140.
Many thought it was in, but it wasn't. But it's still 140.
Well, the crowd are going to play a part in this game now, I feel,
Yeah,
at the end of this
certainly are.
match.
And Boulton will be well aware of that.
140.
He'll have encountered similar before.
Well, Max is 100 behind, give or take. So he needs 60s, and he needs them now.
Doesn't need ones. That's flat in the bed as
41.
well. Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. It's all on Max Hopp this game. And Andy Boulton sticking around just on 202 after 9
100.
darts. Annoyingly good. Another ton. Look at Max's score. 158 behind. The pressure is firmly on the man in black.
Oh, he can't buy a treble at the moment here, Max. He's way off beam there with both those visits.
60.
That's not much better
And you
either.
require 102.
And the crowd are hushed at the moment. Still got it shot. 97. Treble 18 will leave double 12. But he's coming back for
42.
60. Hopefully he doesn't make the kind of mistake that he made with the 61, where he went for 25 and hit a bull. It's amazing how many times that happens.
Yeah.
60.
Oh, again,
And
he
he
needed more than that.
requires
I think
60.
his leg is beyond him anyway, but if he could just have posted something healthy there. 2 bites at it then for Andy Boulton for a 5-4 lead.
Game short and a
And
ninth
there it is,
leg.
and that's
Andy
an
Boulton.
absolute silence over the crowd. You can hear
10th
a
leg
pin
max
drop in
to
the
throw fast.
auditorium
Game on.
outside.
Well, we could have called Andy Boulton the silencer there, but that nickname's already taken by a certain dart player from Canada, called Jeff Smith.
100.
But Max Hopp is going to have to do it the hard way, and that's to go to the wire and win it at the wire.
Needs to win 2 legs
100.
on the spin.
This
Something
point in
he's
the-
not managed in this match so far.
At this point in the game, Tons become very, very good. But he doesn't want Tons. That's the dart I'm talking about. Perfect first one. Got to find a
100.
way for that first dart to turn into a 140 minimum.
Now, what's the betting here that Boulton follows up with a ton of his own? Well, they take that now.
60.
Just the 60.
Yeah, forget about averages. Forget about everything. It's just all in the moment now. I know how much Max wants to win this
60.
match. To play at the weekend. Once you get on that stage, you don't want to come off. But Andy Boulton's putting pressure on him.
140.
Yet again,
very
201 after 9 darts. Last leg, 202 after 9 darts. Annoyingly consistent. Right, I'm going to stop calling him annoying now because he's going to give me a call this week and say, how come you're calling me annoying?
100.
But another good ton. But driving seat for Boulton if he gets a 60 here.
Well, he could have even more.
100.
Another
Max
100.
require 141.
It's like making good ground up the fairway, isn't he? That's what he's doing here. Maintaining the golfing analogy, just 150 yards straight and true all the way to the green. But Max here, looking to get on the dance floor himself.
112.
That'll do.
And he
That'll
require
do.
101.
Not what he wanted.
But
it's
the way he's
pressure.
been finishing, you know, you feel it doesn't matter how he gets there. It's how he finishes it off and whether he can or not.
38.
Well,
Max
he's got to
require
now.
29.
Doesn't have a choice. 29. You don't see that every day.
I was going to say, it's...
He's got options.
He's got options. He's having a good think about it anyway. Well, double
14. Unlucky for some. Will it be lucky for Hopp? Yes, it is. He's still in there.
Max Hopp.
Wow. Absolutely brilliant stuff from Max Hopp. And for the second leg
11th and final
in
leg,
succession,
Andy to
he
throw
really had
fast.
to dig deep
Game on.
there.
And this is gripping in its own sort of way.
Absolutely astonishing. Just again biding his time, playing a very, very
60.
mature manner. Just putting the crowd out of his mind. And here we are, final leg. I mean, everything that's gone before is almost irrelevant now. It's just about who can seize the opportunity, who can seize the moment in this deciding leg. Boulton with the advantage of throwing first.
100.
I don't think it's an advantage, especially after throwing 60. Hopp with the cushion.
Well, they've already been breaks of throw in this match, so they know how to break each other. On this occasion, though,
60.
Max Hopp has to break Andy Boulton. It's hard to see where the pressure lies at the moment because it's almost like they're both sitting in a pool of pressure and one of them's got to swim out of it.
Yeah, I think it's Boulton who's drowning at the moment because Max Hopp here once again looking at a fourth 180
140.
of the match. It's just the 140, but that'll do. He's got a 120 cushion here. He's closing in.
And don't you love it when they cheer for treble 20s? Single treble 20s
60.
get a cheer. Don't you love
And
darts?
again, Boulton can't find a treble. 9 darts to get down to 3-2-1. Not what he needed at this stage of proceedings.
Well, we know that Max Hopp is a good
60.
end of the line player. He did it in the World Youth Final against Nathan Aspinall.
But here he has the weight of a nation on his shoulders to some extent. Ah, that's a timely
140.
boost for Andy Boulton.
Game on
Okay,
again.
he's not down to a finish, and indeed Hopp could be down to a finish first on the Boulton throw. What he would give here for a 140. Won't get it.
60.
That's not good.
Anxious. Okay, he is down to a finish first, but it's a big one. Boulton. Well, the crowd love that.
I don't like that.
He's got room to work with here as well. And he has found the
125.
second one.
Quintessentially, that is knowing how your
141.
darts fly. That little shift to the right, he knew that he could sneak it underneath. If he'd have stayed where he was, he wouldn't have done it.
Oh, well, that was the moment, and it's gone now. And he can feel it almost slipping through his fingers here, Max Hopp.
81.
Okay, he's down to 60.
And you require
And who
56.
knows, he might well return given the manner of this match so far. But Andy Boulton with 2 darts at double top for a place in the second round of the European Open. 1 dart in hand still for the right to play James Wade tomorrow.
Game,
And he takes
shot,
out the double 10.
And the match,
And
Andy
he cups his
Boulton.
hands to his ears as if to say, where's your chanting now? Because the German hope Max Hopp has been beaten in the first round here by Andy Boulton. Big stage experience coming to the fore there once again. A very mature and accomplished performance at times. Max Hopp certainly had his chances, but Andy Boulton coming through a very, very tough examination indeed, winning 6-5 in an absolute thriller that could really have gone either way. But it is Boulton who will face James Wade in the second round tomorrow. And it's the end of the road for Max Hopp once again on the European stage. Up next, we've got Kyle Anderson and Christo Reyes in one of the matches of the session as Max Hopp bids farewell to the European Open here in Dusseldorf.
Andy, congratulations. It's not easy to play Max here in Germany. The crowd is loud and strong.
Yeah, very difficult. You know what you're going to expect. You know we're all going to be behind Max. I didn't expect any support, but to be fair, it wasn't as bad as I was expecting, I don't think. A little bit at the end, which, you know, last leg, fair enough. But to be fair, I really enjoyed it. Very warm up here, though, very warm.
Is it difficult to stay focused then, not to hear all these noises and all these singings?
It is, but I think it helped me when I knew the draw and I knew I was playing Max. I knew there was no point having a bit of banter or a bit of rapport with the crowd. It was because I knew it was always going to be for Max, you know. So maybe it made me focus, but I did struggle. I felt the pressure of everybody not wanting me to win. Yeah.
Great. Congratulations again. See you tomorrow again. Andy Boulton.